I think if you look at Valencia, somebody had to fill the void. I'm with you. I didn't expect Barcelona to be that way. We were raving about Real Madrid last year, some of the young players that are coming in as well. So much talent right there. And because Real Madrid and Atleti to a degree have faltered, Valencia took advantage. We always knew it's a great club. They haven't done well. But you look at some of Kondogbia coming from Inter, Guedes on loan, young Guedes, 20 years. Great player from PSG. Murillo, who, by the way, is injured. He's going to be missing. So you're talking about Vermaelen, former Arsenal player. And now Gabriel's going to be probably playing for Valencia as well. So I don't know if it's going to tell us a lot. I think it's going to tell us more probably about Barca as well. Can they keep that up and put everybody away in a rearview mirror?
The thing is about this game, when you dive a little deep, is that, as Stevie says, Vermaelen's going to be playing, which is not a good situation for Barcelona. On the flip side of that, they've got the greatest player in the world, who scores goals for fun. Can Valencia, who do leak goals, can they keep Suarez and Messi at bay? Because I think, as Yanis just alluded to, going forward, Valencia could score goals. So on the surface, I thought, well, this is Barcelona will win. But I think it's a lot closer than what the SPI said, and maybe what we think. And I think this is going to be a really decent game to watch. But I think in the end, I think the quality of Messi and Suarez will just about get him over the line.
I think the fact that Messi was rested in the Champions League tells you how important this game is for Barcelona, or how Valverde looks at this game. And I think the way he's looking at this is, if we put Valencia away, we're making a statement here that we, after everything that's been said about us, we are the best team in La Liga. And I think at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. To your
point, though, Paul, Valencia can score. I thought it was crazy in a way that against Leganes, he played Piqué and Umtiti. They were both on the yellow cards, and Piqué got himself booked. No Mascherano because he's injured right now. So that creates, for me, a little bit of a problem there with Vermaelen, because you don't really know what you're going to get out of him. And I think Valencia will go after that.
Last weekend, we handed Barcelona the title, given what happened with Real Madrid. If Valencia beat Barca, do we go back on that? Is the title race back on in your eyes, Stevie? Because then it would be, in theory, 7 points if Madrid get the win this weekend.
No, no, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. I mean, Valencia would only be a point behind Barca. But really, I know I am. I'm watching what Real Madrid are doing, because Valencia's going to trip up. Barcelona definitely during the season will lose a game. It could be this game, but are they going to lose 4 games in order for Real Madrid to catch them? I mean, it sounds like I'm just completely dissing Valencia, but the truth is, I don't think Valencia can last the course. I
think you're dissing Real Madrid more than Valencia, because at the end, we don't think about that.
I'm
with you a little bit, but you said
they can't hit a barn door from 5 yards, and they have to win out between now and the end of the season.
But you just said that Barcelona, you're surprised, and everybody's surprised how good they were, right? I mean, you're losing Neymar, perception's different. Real Madrid's going to come good, and that's going to be close. Given it to Barcelona,
so you're not saying this title's over? 10 points? No, never happened before. Real Madrid rubbish.
Well, 8 points was even never happened. 8 points, never mind 10. So, it's, I think Real Madrid is going to come good still. I think this is going to be a race. I don't know if it's possible, but I think it's going to be very, very tight towards the end of the season.
What's the result going to be this weekend at Mestalla?
2-2.
Stephen?
I'm going to go with Barcelona. 1-0.
Very smart.
1 apiece.
In my opinion, Ozil gives 100% every time.
We have highlighted Mesut Ozil so many times on this show, where he's just sauntering back.
You tell me Ozil doesn't work hard?
Yes!
Off the way you go. You give me a tape of Ozil playing for Germany, and I'll find little bits of tape where he's walking back.
Get me that Germany tape.
When they're talking about who does mileage during the game, this guy's always away up there.
You're one of the first ones when UEFA puts that stupid graphic up on Champions League nights about how far people have run. You say, what a load of nonsense.
Away you going, John.
What are you doing, Stevie? You're being serious.
Look, he's on being serious. Oh, you finished? Oh, sorry. He's finished.
How can your staff presume Barca have already won La Liga when Barcelona sits only 4 points behind them?
When have all of the ESPN staff said that Barcelona are going to win the league?
Craig said it, Stevie said it. A lot of speculation at the moment about the future of Frenchman Antoine Griezmann. You take a look at it, Julian. Sid's told us before that his buyout clause isn't as big as maybe you'd expect it to be. So a lot of clubs could be interested in him. And where do you think his next destination could be?
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he could have gone last summer, obviously. He was pretty a done deal, and he stayed because of the transfer ban that Atletico received, and he couldn't leave the club in that situation where he wouldn't be replaced, so he stayed. And I think the agreement was to stay for just another season, so it looks like he's going to go in the summer. And you're right, the release clause is 100 million euros. There's a lot of clubs who can pay 100 million euros for a player like Griezmann at his age as well, even if this season is maybe not as good as the past few seasons. But you look, of course, at the big two in Spain, Real Madrid especially, who are very keen at some point to find the right replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo, who will be 33 in February. And I think Griezmann ticks a lot of boxes for them. Barcelona as well have always followed him for obvious reasons. Luis Suarez is not having a good season. Deulofeu is not good enough to play in that team, and you don't know how Ousmane Dembele is going to come back from the injury. And then there's Manchester United, who were so close of getting him last summer, who in the meantime, re-signed Zlatan Ibrahimovic, got Romelu Lukaku, so maybe they don't need a striker, but if he's available and they feel like, hey, obviously they could make an offer as well. So it'd be very interesting, and the next 6 to 8 months would be, I think, decisive in the career of Antoine Griezmann.
It's weird that it's 100 million and bargain, boys, goes in the same sentence, but it is when you take a look at the Mbappe and the Neymar deals. If you were Griezmann, where would you go? Out of those three, Barca, Madrid,
I go to Barca.
United.
I think it's always problematic for an athletic player to go to Real Madrid, that perception, defense in the city. Obviously, players can forget and do that, but I think Barcelona, as Julian had said, there's more need there. With Neymar leaving, there's always question marks. It's Messi and then everybody else. Nobody really jumps out. Suarez is just starting to score again, but who knows? So if I'm him, I'm going to Barca.
Stevie, where would you go?
I think you've got to go to Real Madrid, don't you?
Really?
Listen, forgetting the politics and all the other stuff, when Real Madrid comes for you, it's very hard to
Ahead
say
of
no.
Barcelona?
Ahead of Barcelona, yeah.
Wow.
I think if I'm a player, I'm asking myself, why is Neymar so desperate to get out of Barcelona? I have that lingering doubt. Plus the fact that Messi still hasn't signed. So if you're asking me right now, I'd say Real Madrid.
Where are you going, Paul? Plymouth?
I think the obvious one would be PSG, but then you ask, as a player, you ask the question, okay, where am I going to play? Because that front three is amazing. So as the lads have said, he can slide straight into Barcelona. He can slide into Real Madrid. What a fantastic choice that is for him. And not to rule out Manchester United. I mean that's a possibility, but I just feel that when Real Madrid come knocking, I think that'd be really decent for him.
Of course, the transfer window opens in January, Julian. Julian Draxler has been rumoured to be going out on loan. What can you tell us about this?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the loan. I think they might have to sell him because of the rules of financial fair play. We know how much they've spent in the summer, and although the news this week have been pretty positive coming from UEFA and financial fair play, they still feel like they need to sell in January to balance the books even more, if you want. And Draxler is probably the player with the highest value in that squad, along with Angel Di Maria, and you could easily see one of them two, plus Lucas maybe, or Atem Ben Arfa, someone like that, being sold in the winter in January. So I think Draxler has a lot of, clubs who like him. Liverpool, for example, who it was either PSG or Liverpool when he joined a bit more than a year ago, and he chose PSG. So maybe Liverpool is an option for him. I think going back to Germany might be an option. Bayern Munich, for example, need players who can play wide because Robben and Ribéry obviously are not getting any younger. So I think he will have the choice if he wants to go.
Welcome to Extra Time. Before we talk soccer, boys, I just want to bring Julien Laurent into the conversation regarding pineapple on pizza, because being a Frenchman, surely that means you're a connoisseur of food and you can appreciate this. Are you a fan, Julien?
I'm sorry. Pineapple has nothing to do on a pizza.
Oh,
nothing
come
to do
on!
on a pizza.
You're the only one, Dan.
I'm sorry, man.
You get more chance of putting haggis on a pizza than pineapple.
I guess I get it.
How many times a week do you have that?
Not very often. I have pizza every day, do I?
Well, I don't know.
But it's my go-to.
Okay, so
If I have
every
pizza,
other day.
I have pineapple on it. It's
And
lovely.
chicken.
And chicken. Chicken and chicken
What?
pineapple, yeah, exactly. What?
strange.
Strange.
From Cornwall, isn't he?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That says a
The
lot.
capital of pineapples. If Bosch goes, is Bosch gone if Dortmund lose to Schalke tomorrow, Janusz?
Phew, I'm surprised that he's still there. to
Dead
be
man
quite
walking,
honest.
isn't he?
I think he would. I think he would.
Who's going to replace him?
Stevie?
No, he's here.
No way.
No idea.
No? All right then.
They don't do chicken and pineapple pizzas in Germany, do they?
Tuchel's
might do.
coming back.
I'm not taking the chance.
Well, I've been told I have to ask Julian, because you're a journalist and you know things. Who's going to be the next Dortmund coach?
That's probably right.
No, that's a great question. I mean, obviously the plan was to keep him for a bit longer. The
He
start of
doesn't
the
know
season
either.
was so good, but in the last 2 months, yeah, it's been dreadful. I agree with Janusz. I don't think he would stay if they lose the derby on Saturday. And then to replace him, I think Nagelsmann obviously would be the main contender, but I'm not sure if he wants to go to Dortmund, knowing that Bayern Munich are probably waiting for him as well. So I think they might struggle, you know.
Don't mention his age, Janusz.
He knows things. He knows because Nagelsmann.
Yeah.
I should have known that. I
Well,
forgot.
you keep bringing up his age every time you're on here.
How old, but he's 30 now. He was 29 before, so that sounded cooler. But he's 30 now.
Right.
Yeah, but before that, he was 28.
True.
What was he before 28?
No idea.
Get me shoes and socks.
Next.
Who is the best centre forward right now? You used to be a centre forward, Paul. Who's the best centre forward in the world?
Even though he's been a little bit ropey, but he's just got his goals back, I still go with Suarez. I just think. I'm sorry,
I've
lads,
seen him play this season, Paul.
but it's what he does. You know he's gonna
Right
score a
now,
goal.
right now.
Right. Look at.
Well, Cavani's banging him in
He's
for fun.
unbelievable.
Cavani's banging him in for fun.
There are a list of names up there.
That was such a simple question.
Listen,
Keeps looking
you've
up
got to
there.
take it serious because it's about a centre forward. It's about the most important player on the field.
Lewandowski.
Yeah, right, you know my answer.
You're
Don't
gonna
even
go
ask. I always
Lewandowski?
answer Lewandowski, although Cavani is
What do you think of his new hair?
Horrible.
Really? You
Makes
don't
him,
like it?
makes him look like he's 50.
Maybe that's what he was going
That's his
for.
wife's, I think she convinced him. Won't last.
What, the marriage or the hair? Which one? Julian, best centre forward in the world right now.
Cavani 21 in 17. That's all I'm gonna say.
But he's not playing
Thank
against
you,
the end of the
Julian.
day.
Well done.
He's playing against under 14 boys.
Oh, here we go. There we go. That old
Hey,
chestnut.
It's
There we go.
It's Bayern Munich against PSG next week, right? So we'll see Cavani against Lewandowski.
Yeah, but no one cares about that game. That game's been done, isn't it?
That's all right, but just the two forwards.
That was a custard
Lewandowski's
pie.
better.
Custard pie, that, wasn't it?
Janusz, is Black Friday a
I
thing in
took it.
France like it is over here in the States?
Hey?
Huh?
Who's that for?
Oh, Julian.
Oh,
You said Yannick.
Oh, sorry, I got Janusz.
I didn't even listen. What was the question?
Well, no, it's not for
You were
you, it's
looking
just
at-
Julian. What's it? Lundi, mardi, mercredi? I've forgotten.
all right.
Oh,
Here
I
we
forgot
go.
what Friday.
Showing off again.
And Vendredi.
Vendredi.
Yeah, it's starting to be a bit. It's
Vendredi
not,
noir.
It's not, you know, Vendredi noir. Exactly. They call it Black Friday. We call it Black Friday. It's not as popular as in, you know, other countries, but it's starting
Yeah.
little by little to get there. So yeah.
Starting to get there.
Do they have Cyber Mondays?
I don't know. What?
What does that mean? There's a Black Friday, there's a Cyber Monday. You live in this country. I don't know.
We don't
More
want Cyber
shopping.
Monday. That's all. We don't want Cyber Monday.
That doesn't interest you.
Did they have it in Scotland, Stephen? That's
Can you try what it is, you?
Votre vous,
That didn't go.
What was that?
This went south.
That's
That was his French.
that's my French.
Beautiful. There you go. Votre vous.
Votre vous, Huvé.
And that is it. We are done. Have a great weekend. We'll be back in the early hours of Monday, 1 a.m. That is Sunday, 10 p.m. at night on the West Coast.